and Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
You know what it is, Truth Nation! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
The best way to start your day. Cutting through the noise and bringing you the real stories behind the headlines.
Talk to someone about how you feel. Do not internalize it. Do not consume it. You deserve to be heard.
It's time to wake up with Milwaukee's favorite morning show.
It's not just we canceled it, it's over, it's a done deal. Shouldn't be that way. That program still should proceed no matter how a few may go.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee.
Telly, we're on the watch party. Where the brothers gonna be? I just want to see what she was gonna do.
This is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app. Here are your hosts, the effective communication coach Denise Thomas and two-time Emmy Award winner Telly Hughes.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Wednesday, June 12th, 2024. Almost half the year is done, Telly.
Ain't that messed up? Well, it ain't messed up, but it's flown by.
It's flowing by.
Yeah.
Well, it's Wednesday, so y'all know we got guest co-host in the building, Marquette University men's basketball Hall of Famer, professional NBA player, retired Tony Smith. What's going on, Tony?
What's up, y'all? Good to be here this morning. Can I give a quick shout out?
Absolutely not.
A shout out, but
we don't do shout outs.
Not a shout out, but just want to recognize our Marquette University president who just passed away from cancer, Dr. Lovell. Great dude. He was on all the trips. When we go on the trips, this guy was battling cancer, but he was out and running all the time. You see him in the morning in the hotel, go out, and dude be going out for a long run. I'd be like, man, I don't know how you do it. But he lost his battle to cancer, so just want to send our prayers and thoughts to his family and the Marquette Nation.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Good morning, Ricky.
Good morning, Miss DT. How you feel?
I'm feeling great.
Did y'all miss me? No, because I heard the show yesterday.
You heard it?
Oh, yeah. I listened. I listened to the radio.
You say it like that. You're like, I listen. Good for you. Glad you tuned in.
Sound like y'all had a great time with Alex.
I got to give the people what they want.
Nah, I hear that. I'm feeling great, though. How y'all feeling?
Awesome sauce. How about you, Telly?
I feel good.
I feel good.
I feel good. Yesterday I came in skipping because my mouth was straight. So
yeah, you were definitely feeling it.
But yeah, feeling good. No complaints. Hump day, it is what it is, right?
It is.
Hump day. I had a nice brisk walk this morning to the studio.
Nice.
What?
It wasn't too brisk, was it?
Wait, walk from where?
Where I stay. I'm not disclosing that on public.
Walking.
I stay at the.
She be walking.
I was like, she walked from where? Hope it was close. It's pretty decent out today, though. Not bad.
Well, what's close to you? Like what proximity?
I ain't walking more than about 4 blocks. That's about it.
No, it's more than that.
Ooh, okay. Hey, good for you.
But walking is a great form of exercise.
It's
so
a great form. He doesn't. Yeah.
Trust me, I get plenty of walking on the golf course.
Okay, all right.
Plenty of walking.
I trust you. I just want.
When you roll your cart up to the ball and step out.
Have you checked your steps after you do a round of golf? It's about 8,000
Ladies
steps.
and gentlemen, here we go.
Yeah. Okay.
That's in a cart. If you got to walk, you're talking about 13,000 steps.
That's true.
How many is that, Denise? Is 8,000 steps decent?
Typically, you try to at least have 10,000 steps a day.
That's just in the 4 hour stretch.
Oh, absolutely. That's great.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. So a day for me, 10 to 13,000 steps.
Right.
And I try to have at least 60,000 a week.
Right. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. 4 hours of golf, you're getting at least 8. And that's with a cart, even if I have a cart, because you're still doing a lot of walking.
The number one thing is just move your heart. Just get out there and do something. Pump the blood and do what's best for you. Don't get online.
That's why you watch trying to tell you to get up. Oh, it's time to get up now. Man, leave me alone. I'm chilling out.
Well, in particular in our community, we have struggled with obesity, and which has resulted in, diabetes, cardiovascular disease. Oprah Winfrey just was on the news about getting over a stomach virus. I was like, oh, is that what we're calling it nowadays? Stomach virus?
Mm-mm. So when you got that all those side effects listed?
Let's talk about it. I mean, for real, because it's like, she recently did a she did a special about there's space for everyone in terms of, weight loss efforts, because she had stepped down from the Weight Watchers board. She was one of the board of directors, and she stepped down. She sold all of her shares back and donated the sales to the Smithsonian National African American Museum. Okay? But here's the thing. I'm not going to say the name. We all know the name of the company, the pharmaceutical company that makes these new, what they call it, insulin shots that are designed for people with diabetes. People have been using them to expedite weight loss. Mm-hmm. And one of the most recent reports, and I meant to bring this up on the show, Telly, it was a couple of weeks ago. I want to say it was either the FDA, the Federal Drug Administration, or the Center of Disease Control. Either way, it probably was the FDA. They said that a number of that company, a number of users have experienced stomach paralysis, which basically means your stomach can't digest your food.
Oh, wow.
And it's just sitting in there, and you're in a lot of pain.
And when these things started to gain a lot of popularity, that was my first thought. Because when all of a sudden there's a pill or a shot or something you could take, and then bam, miraculously you lose weight and you don't have to do anything. And so there has to be some long-term effects that I want to kind of wait around to see, don't be the first ones, because 10 years from now, if you wake up and you got a tail coming out of your side of your head,
not a tail, I'm weak,
or you get an antler or something, and then you're like, wait a minute, so I want a little more. Let's just say a little more time.
They're supposed to do trials on this stuff, though. Supposed to be trials.
And I'm sure they tried. They did.
And then there's some long-term.
But see, here's the thing. The pharmaceutical companies that make these, insulin shots that further advance weight loss, they were very strategic because they knew that a significant number, if not the majority of Americans, gained a lot of weight during the pandemic. Because we were at home. We was, ordering DoorDash, Uber Eats, all the food, cooking 10 meals a day. We were eating. And so a lot of us, we gained a lot of weight. And so what happened is that, last year, the year before, people were like, wait a minute, we outside again and I can't fit, or I don't look, or I feel. And as Americans, we like things what? Quick.
Immediate.
Yes.
I ain't got time to be
instant gratification.
Changing my diet. And
I ain't got time to go to the store.
And I ain't got time to go to the gym. And what you mean go walk? And so what I didn't appreciate about Oprah's message, and I'm a huge Oprah fan. I admire Oprah. There's some things that she's done that made me kind of go, and this was one of them. So when she had this weight loss special, because anybody that knows Oprah knows that her weight it was like a Luther Vandross. It was just up and down. Mm-hmm. It was yo-yo, they call it. And she's been very transparent and public about her weight loss struggle. So on this recent weight loss special, y'all, she basically says there is space for everyone. So if you are someone who wants to live a healthy life through, eating healthy or clean and exercising, good for you. If you're someone who wants to go have gastric bypass surgery, good for you. And she didn't say
what she did specifically.
But she was like, and there's also space for those who want to take this new shot. And, everybody knows that's what she did. And so now, again, it was just on the news. Oprah Winfrey just recently got off her stomach virus. And I'm like, it wasn't no stomach virus.
And on top of that, she didn't just start taking it once she said something. Think about it in that way, where she had probably already been doing this while she was saying that she was with Weight Watchers, right? It wasn't Jenny Gray. Yeah, Weight Watchers. And so now that she finally came out and admitted it, we don't know how long she's been taking it. So, yes, this stomach virus.
And again, I believe the FDA, maybe we could fact check, released a report saying that a number of people who are using this insulin shot to lose weight, because they're now generic brands as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's causing stomach paralysis, which basically means your stomach, bladder, liver, all the machines, your organs that talk to one another to get the toxins and waste out of your system, that ain't happening.
Well, they list, and this is every drug, they list a whole paragraph of side effects, possible side effects.
And then they say it really fast at the end. Your feet can bleed, your teeth can fall out,
just to clear themselves of any responsibility. Right.
Uncontrollable farting, uncontrollable diarrhea. And then you'd be like, hey, man,
but I look good.
Want this?
I make fart every 2
their
seconds.
head falling off, or you might grow another ear.
Wait a minute. Baby, what's going on over there? But I look good, right?
Yeah, but they list a ton
I'm slim, right? Don't worry about what you smell. Just focus on what you see, baby.
But I'm wondering on the, just like anything, because I know a bunch of people be asking me like, oh man, I got to get rid of this beer belly. Like dudes, I'd be like, first thing is, how long did it take you to get that beer belly? Probably years. You think you're going to get it off in a couple months? It ain't going to happen that way, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know how long these shots are. I know a couple people who have taken the shot, but I don't know if they have to continue to take the shot.
You have to.
Right. See, that's the thing. Like, why would you just want to continue to keep doing that?
Because
why don't you just continue to go to the gym, live a healthy
lifestyle?
What do you
mean continue? Most of these people haven't even started.
Right.
They have no desire. And here's the thing. I am a big advocate of what works for you, and everything ain't for everybody. All I'm saying is that there's no way possible that you could think that you could take a shot like this and for the rest of your life and not have any significant side effects.
I think it's all good.
Yeah, there's just your body is not designed for that. And let me be the first one. I think I've said this before, Tony and Telly. I have struggled with my weight since I can remember. And as a child, our generation, so like Telly and I and you, we came from the generation where parents, they'd be like, you need to push away from the table, or you look like McDonald's. I mean, we got it.
Yeah.
When we come back, we're going to get into some other topics, but how do you feel about this new trend in weight loss, using insulin shots to lose weight? Have you tried it? Does it work for you? Do you know somebody who's struggling taking it? Because when I come back again, I want to finish talking about my weight loss journey, because it has been a struggle. Maybe it's because also I don't like needles, but that's neither here nor there. All right, y'all, you're listening to the best morning show on planet Earth. Our Truth Talk and text line is 833-212-1017. Shot or no shot when it comes to weight loss? It is the hot girl season. So let us know what you're doing to stay fine. We'll be back.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, our first Beyond the Mic Happy Hour Mixer Series was a hit. Round 2 is up next. Join me and my Truth teammates for my Beyond the Mic Happy Hour Mixer Series on Tuesday, June 25th from 5 until 7 p.m. at Scene 1 Restaurant and Lounge, located at 5526 West North Avenue in Milwaukee. There will be delicious cocktails, great conversation, and unforgettable memories. Plus, from 5 until 6 p.m., your first drinks are sponsored by PWD Computers. So mark your calendars for Tuesday, June 25th from 5 until 7 p.m. at Scene 1 Restaurant and Lounge.
This is Ambassador Arthur Burks inviting you to the annual Reform Felons Ball. It all takes place at 100 Gems campus at 6737 North on Titonia Avenue. Tuesday, June the 18th. Doors open up at 6:30 p.m. with special guests Terrence Gangster Williams and Ken Ivey.
Hi, this is Terrence Gangster Williams. Shout out to Milwaukee. I will be out there June 18th for the Reform Felon Ball. Let's hang out. Shout out to all my ex-felons who came home who doing something positive.
You better call and get your free tickets while they last.
Free food and admission. Donations are accepted at the door. Pick up your tickets at All Star Variety Shop, 4620 West on Burleigh, or call 414-509-4808. This is an AB and Winky Blue production.
This is Telly Hughes for Educators Credit Union, where I am a member. Do you dream of owning a home? Educators Credit Union is by your side with better rates, lower fees, and award-winning member services to help turn your dreams into reality. Join one of their free home buying webinars throughout this summer to learn about the benefits of buying a home, home ownership grants, loan options, and so much more. Visit their website at ecu.com to reserve your virtual seat. Educators Credit Union is an equal housing lender.
Disability Rights Wisconsin's Medicare Part D helpline is here to help disabled elderly Medicare beneficiaries with questions about their Part D prescription benefit. The Part D helpline may be able to help you save money on your Part D premium, deductible, and copays. For free, unbiased assistance, please call the Disability Rights Wisconsin Medicare Part D helpline any time of the year at 1-800-926-4862. That's 1-800-926-4862.
Truth Nation! Join the city of Racine for its 49th annual Juneteenth Festival. All week long, the city of Racine will be celebrating Juneteenth with events like the 3rd annual Sneaker Ball. Make sure to attend the Racine Juneteenth Parade, also followed by Racine's Juneteenth celebration this Saturday, June 15th at the Dr. John Bryant Center. Enjoy food, art, sports, family activities, and more. Happy Juneteenth from the city of Racine. It's amazing.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Working me, she working me, urging me, it be urging me. Chill it up the top.
You are listening to the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Guest co-host in the building, Tony Smith. Good morning again. Hope y'all are having a great hump day. So Telly, Tony, and I were talking about, just staying in shape. And I appreciate looking at y'all in the morning. I appreciate looking at two middle-aged brothers that are in shape, that are active, because we need all of our black brothers above the ground.
Absolutely. It is something that I know when I was younger, I always said to myself, I do not want a big beer belly when I'm 40, and I just want to constantly stay active. Now, I knew I would never be the size that I was in high school or anything. I mean, you got to set realistic goals, but if you don't look anything like you did, 10, 15 years ago, like,
Telly, you got hefty for a while. I saw an old picture of Telly. I was like, who is that?
Yeah, I did.
I mean,
he was thicker than a snake.
I remember when he showed me that picture, I was like, what?
Yeah, and that's when we first started working together. Yeah. And
Tony was another half a dude.
Yeah, and Tony was there when I started losing weight. I was like, man, look, I can't be like that. And it took me to see a rebroadcast one time, and I was just like, who is that big greasy dude on TV there? I say, that dude need to go to the gym and do something. And,
That's me!
and that started my journey.
That was very similar to me, too. When COVID hit, and I think it was this first or second Zoom that I saw myself, and I was like, how many chins can one person have? And that's to be, so again, it was seeing myself too. But in all seriousness, look, it is true. You got to do what's best for you. With that being said, it's impossible to think that any drug, any scientific made drug that has chemicals and whatnot is going to be sustainable for the rest of your life in terms of weight loss and healthy weight. And it's all subjective. I will just say this, bottom line, what has worked for me is just, and it's not easy because I love to eat. And I love most of the foods that I love to eat come in a brown bag where you could just pull up in a drive-through. But the older you get, you can't eat the same. Y'all remember them days where you could eat like 10 donuts and you'd wake up and you lost weight? Remember them days? It was like
you wake up and lost weight.
And you'd be like, man, I lost 3 pounds.
The way my metabolism worked, that never happened. I could have a milkshake and gain like 7 pounds. I'd be like, God, dog, I only drank half of it.
But that's what I was saying before. I would know people who they weren't where they wanted to be weight wise or body wise, and they were like, man, I got to do this, but they all want it fast, and I'm like, man, it took you years to get that way. Mm-hmm. Like, so it's not gonna change instantly overnight. It's just like they say, when you go to the gym,
because you want it,
right? When you go to the gym, it's a long play. Yeah. It's not a short play, right? It's a long play, so you just got to be consistent with it. That's the thing. It's just got to become routine in your mind, and then you'll start to see results down the road. You're not going to get them right away.
Yeah.
But these people want these instant results, and that's where they get in trouble, and that's why they can't sustain it. Like, I've been going to the gym for 3 weeks. I ain't really seeing nothing. Well, no. It takes a while.
It's only been 3 weeks.
Correct. It'll come, but you just got to stick with it.
Short game, long game.
It's almost like checking, like you buy a stock. You can't be looking at the stock every day. Like, come on, this is not a daily stock thing. Yeah. You check your portfolio 5 years from now.
It's interesting you say that because I've been told you shouldn't weigh yourself every day if you're on a weight loss journey because it'll just drive you nuts. Because water weight, but
right, it ain't about weight. It's about
like how your clothes fit and how you feel.
How you feel,
yes.
But muscle weighs more than fat anyway. So if you're building any kind of muscle, you might lose some fat, but
you'll know
still gonna weigh more.
Because again, you'll lose the inches. But bottom line is, you got to do what's best for you. But please, do not think for 1 minute that these insulin shots are healthy, long-term sustainability efforts to keep your weight off. It's not going to work. Now, speaking of weight, the USA Basketball Organization. And for those who are unfamiliar with the USA Basketball Organization, they are the national governing body for the sport of basketball in the United States. They are not the NBA. They're completely a different entity. And again, they are the recognized formal governing body for basketball in the U.S. by the International Basketball Federation, which is also known as FIBA. And this organization was established in 1974 and was originally known as the Amateur Basketball Association of the United States of America. Why am I bringing this up? Well, the USA Basketball Organization just released the 2024 USA Women's Basketball Team, which will play during the upcoming Paris Summer Olympic Games, or I should say Summer Olympic Games in Paris, France. The roster was released. You've got a lot of heavy hitters in. Since we got Tony Smith in the building, Telly, I figured we talk about this because one person who did not make the roster, and for some reason people were like, oh, what? People like even Shannon Sharp and Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith could just not understand how the most popular woman in women's basketball, who has brought so much attention to the game of basketball played by women, why is she not on the roster? Well,
she ain't that good.
The USA Basketball Organization has spoken, and basically their rationalization in terms of why Caitlin Clark was not selected is, and I quote, to block out some of that outside noise. Telly, Tony, what do you think the USA basketball team was referencing when they said, and I quote, when not selecting Caitlin Clark for the Olympic team, we wanted to block out some of that outside noise. What does that mean?
For me, I think they're just all about business. They're not about clickbait, ratings, which is what Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. were mentioning. Like, man, bring some eyes to the game. Like, and their point was like, you don't really need her to do anything. We know you don't need her. You're going to win anyway, right? Without that last person. They referenced Christian Laettner on the Dream Team, the original Dream Team. Right? He ain't getting no clock. He's not of any significance, right? But he's on the team. Why? Because he's big-time Duke, won a couple of national championships. He had a lot of hype behind him. He had a big following. But they don't care about a following. That's not what USA Basketball is about. They're about winning gold medals.
Well, let me underscore what Tony Smith just shared, because according to the USA Basketball Women's National Team Committee Chair, and her name is Jennifer Rizzotti, this is what she said to reporters yesterday when asked why Caitlin Clark was not selected. And I quote, essentially, it was the committee's job to pick the 12 that, based on our selection criteria, as much as you want to make conversation around how we should have considered TV viewership or jersey sales or popularity, that was not the purview of the committee to have those discussions. And basically what Tony said was, we don't care about popularity.
Yeah.
We care about one thing, and that's that gold medal.
And that's why I found that was kind of a weak statement by Shannon and Stephen A. to say, it'd be more eyes on. It's the Olympic Games. There's already going to be all eyes on that. It's not the WNBA. So
and here's the other thing. What I've said, like, you only got a certain amount of guards, right? You got like 4 or 5 guards on the team. And they already have a Caitlin Clark. Sabrina Ionescu is basically Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you don't need 2 of the same player. Like, when you're building the team, you gotta know how you build the team right? I got certain players for certain things in case we need to handle certain type of situation or we got a certain matchup. So we want to cover all the bases. So why would we have a duplicate? I mean, they're basically the same player. They're shooters.
And again, Commissioner Rizzotti, Tony, you and her and Telly must have had a meeting last night, because she basically said, so she goes on to say, in response to why Caitlin Clark was not selected to play for the USA Women's Basketball Olympic team, she says the selection criteria was made very clear to us. Eventually, we had to block out some of that outside noise. It was important for our committee to hone in on the criteria that we were given and make this about one thing and one thing only: basketball.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, and the worst case scenario is there's an injury on the team, like during the tournament, right? You get an injury, or someone's even nicked up a little bit, can't play. Now you got Caitlin Clark on there for show, and I'm doing the air quotes, for show, just because we want eyes. But now she's got to play. What if it's a pivotal game? Like, we don't know if she's ready for that. She's not in that international competition space. She's not used to these girls. Like, they know, these girls know each other.
Ladies.
These ladies.
Thank you.
These ladies know each other. So they've been playing together a while. It's not the same
and
thing, just throwing somebody new.
And these are women that have been pros for years.
Yeah, people are complaining about Taurasi. Man, Taurasi's the GOAT.
Yeah.
I mean, you got her IQ alone, you got to have her on the team. I mean, come on.
If she still wants to play, she should be able to play every single game.
And she can still play.
And she can still play, yes.
Speaking of which, to Telly's point, we come back from break. We're going to give you the names of those individuals who did make the roster. In case you are planning to visit Paris, France this summer, which I think would be an incredible opportunity.
Oh, man, I would love
to go to the Olympics. And we'll give you the roster of who made the women's USA basketball team. We come back from break. Also,
I know you've been there.
To what?
Paris.
Oh, yeah, but I've been to the Olympics.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Olympics, yeah.
Yeah, no, me and Paris, we real cool.
Yeah, no, I figured you've been there.
We cool. All right, y'all, we come back. We've also got a question. According to the most recent reports, and we'll give you the source, Black people, we ain't staying married. Why do you think that is? We want to hear from you. 833-212-1017. You're listening to the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told, with DT and Telly, with our guest co-host, Tony Smith, in the building.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Denise Thomas with her truth.
Truth Nation, there has been an ongoing debate in terms of what work ethic means, and primarily across generations. You hear phrases like, this new generation doesn't know the meaning of work. They're entitled. And the younger generation saying things like, the older people, they work way too hard and not smart enough. All perspectives have some extension of validity. I want to share with you something that I heard last weekend that really resonated with me as it relates to work ethic. And the quote was, a lot of people want to learn how to play the guitar, but they don't want to take the lessons. And so, Truth Nation, as we continue to have ongoing conversations about the meaning of work and work ethic, I want to ask each of us to consider what work means to us. And in terms of what we are looking to gain from whatever aspect of work that we deliver every day, is it equal to what we want to gain? In other words, are you putting in the work that's not just short game or 60 seconds or less, but the work that is going to create a long impact on whatever return on the investment looks like for you? Let's start having more conversations about the meaning of work, making sure that we're aligned on what that looks and feels like, and ultimately not giving up on doing the work, because goodness knows we got a lot of work to do.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth Be Told with DT and Telly weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Here's to experiencing it all this summer in Wisconsin. Every deliciously cheesy, rockin', magical, fireworks-filled, festival-loving moment. There's Cheese Curd Fest in Ellsworth, Strawberry Fest in Cedarburg, Festival of the Arts in Stevens Point, and the Renaissance Fair in Bristol. Honor the Earth Powwow in Hayward, Mile of Music in Appleton, Venetian Fest, Bratfest, Summerfest. So many fests for your whole crew. Find them all at TravelWisconsin.com. Sponsored by Travel Wisconsin.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
Bike crash? Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
We've got delays now on 94 both east and west between the Zoo and the Marquette. Either direction right now, you'll be tapping the brakes and adding a few extra minutes on your drive. Also, 894 west through that construction zone. It's a slow go out of the Mitchell heading towards Loomis, and then those delays extending westward towards Forest Home. Also slow on 43 north from about Fond du Lac Avenue up to Capitol Drive, and slowing down now also on 94 out of the Plainfield curve north towards Oklahoma Avenue. And checking the storm team forecast for today, muggy and warm, highs in the mid-80s, evening thunderstorms possible, down to 70 for the overnight low. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Adam Roberts on 1017 The Truth.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
What's up, y'all? Good morning. We are back. It is the best morning show on planet Earth. Truth be told, with DT and Telly. We got our guest co-host in the building, Tony Smith. Before break, we were discussing both two things. And I want to give a shout out because we did get some love on our Truth Talking text line, which is 833-212-1017. And if y'all do want to check me, Telly, and Tony out, you can stream and watch us live right now on the Truth YouTube channel. Tony's giving y'all shout outs through nonverbal communication. And simply go to YouTube and search for 101.7 The Truth and select subscribe. And you're going to see Tony, Telly, and DT live. On the Truth Talking text line, Grant says, good morning. I'm sure I'm not the only one enjoying the weight loss topic. The tips are very helpful. Your audience may be quiet, but we're listening. I'm an African-American male married to an African-American female wife, 28 years and counting. And I'm sure Grant is saying, look, we appreciate these weight loss tips because I'm trying to be with my wife for 28 more years. I know that's right, Grant.
Put on your red dress.
Come on. And step on your high heels. Can't do that.
You can't do that when you 2-3 bills.
But you can put on some of that sweet perfume.
At least I smell good, baby. I know you may not be.
Grease.
Hey,
Just
close your eyes and open your nose.
But Grant, on the real, the two biggest weight loss tips that any of us could give you, and that is, it takes two things. It's diet and exercise. You can't do one without the other. That's usually the biggest problem for a lot of us. We either exercise or eat crappy. We either eat crappy or don't exercise. But if you can marry those two, then that is the best way to sustain weight loss.
You got to start doing something. People think, oh, I'll go to the gym. Oh, I got to go every day, or I got to go.
No.
Just start doing something.
It can start off with walking around the block. It sounds very elementary.
And it can start out with once a week.
Yes.
I mean, just get to the routine of actually going once a week.
Moving.
Next thing you know, I'll be going twice a week.
That's the word right there.
Yeah,
move.
You got to get moving.
Go move. Because a lot of us, our jobs require us to just, sit at a desk all day.
Yes.
And I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure you factor in 30 minutes of just walking.
See, and here's the biggest key. It's just like doing any diet. You got to do something that's sustainable, something that you're going to be able to do. Mm-hmm. So with me, like, we golf. We just told you how many steps we get in golfing, right? Ton of steps. But I've been playing basketball my whole life.
Yeah, so your body
But basketball,
it's conditioned, though.
Basketball is not a workout to me. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it as, ooh, I got to work out. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to sweat it out. I'm just out there having fun. But it's probably one of the best workouts you can have, just hooping. And you're going up and down just playing games.
Okay, so ladies, let me step in because Telly and Tony, they're speaking from, look, especially Tony, like you. That's not most people's experience.
But that's what I'm saying.
So let me say this, especially to the ladies out there that have struggled with their weight loss. Number one, it's not a one-size-fits-all.
Correct.
Okay, what worked for your friend Shannon may not work for you. And so it's also important to visit a dietitian, do some research, get some blood work done to find out what is your metabolic rate and what foods your body processes more than others. Because what I realize is that chocolate is not a bad thing for me. Like my body, it doesn't process chocolate right like fat, but donuts, yes, that's why I can't eat them every day, Telly. And then also, when you find out what foods your body, processes as like protein or energy versus as turns into fat, I'm telling you, 20% is working out. The majority of what keeps you in is your food.
Yeah,
like
diet.
So you can't. Now here's one thing you can't do. I don't care what type of body you have. You can't go to Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or Taco Bell after you worked out for an hour and be like, "Whoo, I deserve."
No,
I deserve.
We quick to say what we deserve.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do that.
You need.
You can't do that. All right, we've got Al. Good morning, Al. You are live with DT, Telly, and Tony. What is your question or comment?
My comment is with the weight loss. You just have to find your common ground, but no matter what size you are, you got to know the power of your flesh. When you know the power of the flesh, you will know the master key and the key points of your body to work on. Versus if you're a vivacious person and you have a lot of hips, your power training should be on your hips. If you're built like a brick house, if you're built like a freight liner or a semi truck, it will probably be heavy lifting because you don't want to look like Jeepers Creepers by losing too much weight. Just remember the power of your flesh, because if it's greatly and it's wanted, everybody will want it. Drink your water, and before I go, nobody safe can tell you how to live your life. Keep on living. Bye-bye.
Bust it open. Get you some.
Thank you, Al.
Oh, wow.
And you know, for a while there, Al was really on a much.
Wait, was that a button that Ricky played?
Maybe.
Huh? Oh, yeah, I was going to say that wasn't real.
Yeah.
Anywho, on our Truth Talking text line, Telly, 833-212-1017. Shaddy O says the blueprint of life, which leads to success, did not or never included shortcuts. And if you as an individual try and have fashioned one for yourself, it will surely end in disaster, if not something worse. Peace. No argument here.
No, there are no shortcuts to get to, the type of success that you may want to achieve, because if it's worth having, it's worth working for. So that was something that was always taught to me. If it's worth having, it is worth working for.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark. Speaking of which,
get you a hobby that is actual exercise.
And you know what? In all fairness, Tony, that's a great point, because when you do what you love as part of your exercise regime, it definitely makes it a lot easier. Yeah. And one of the things I love to do is hike, because I can also meditate and pray and just isolate myself from noise. Speaking of noise, which is how the USA Basketball Organization described Caitlin Clark. I shouldn't say it like that. Yes, I should.
No, but that was a good transition.
That's what surrounds her.
Thank you.
That's what surrounds her.
That's a 2-time Emmy Award-winning broadcaster telling me that was a good. So I'll take note on that. Aja Wilson, and y'all correct me if I'm saying the names wrong. Asia? Okay, see, I already messed up first name. Okay, so here is the 2024 USA Women's National Team that will be representing our beautiful country during the upcoming Summer Olympics in Paris, France. Aja Wilson, Alyssa Thomas, Brianna Stewart, Brittany Griner, Chelsea Gray, Diana Taurasi, Jackie Young, Jewel Lloyd, Kalia Cooper, Kelsey Plum, Nafisa Collier, and Sabrina
Ionescu.
Thank you.
All of them are cold.
Yeah, and
all of them.
Asia is like Jordan.
Yes. So just to give you a little background story on Aja Wilson. Aja Wilson went to South Carolina, where she won a couple of national championships. And this was the same campus that her grandmother could not go back in the day. And guess what? She has a statue outside of the arena. And she's the only person, male, female, that has a statue at the University of South Carolina, and it's of Aja Wilson.
See? And how can we not talk about that?
Hey,
why are we talking about...
Hey, and she's 6'5", too.
Yes.
Stop.
She's
giving it to people.
Oh, gosh. Aja Wilson is...
On offense, defense, she's out of control.
She does it all.
I love the message, though, that USA Basketball said. They said, WNBA, while you're over there worried about money and popularity, which is what Telly and I talk about all the time. It is no longer about talent. It is all about popularity. Yeah. And the USA basketball team said, no, that's not. We're not worried about that. We're worried about winning one thing, and that is that gold medal. When we come back from break, we're going to continue to have this conversation. Also, at the top of the hour, we're going to give you a recent update in the MPS catastrophe, as well as recent reports show that black married couples are filing for divorce more than any other community. Why do we think that is? We're going to get into that conversation, as well as have a live YouTube poll so that you can vote on why you think black folks ain't staying married. We'll be back.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. We are excited to be back celebrating the 53rd annual Juneteenth celebration in Milwaukee. Make sure you join us Wednesday, June 19th as we broadcast live from the Juneteenth celebration from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop by our table to play games, win Truth swag, and say what's up to your favorite Truth teammates. The 1017 The Truth celebration of Juneteenth is presented by our founding partners, American Family Insurance, Gruber Law Offices, Associated Bank, and is sponsored by Tayback Law, Molson Coors, and Educators Credit Union.
Are you ready to find your dream home but don't know where to start? Well, I've got great news for you. Join me, Sherwin Hughes, on Saturday, June 15th from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. at North Division High School for Axe Housing's free home buying seminar in partnership with BMO Harris Bank. Visit axehousing.org today to register for this informative event where you can be put on your path toward home ownership. There are absolutely no income limits. Make this the day you build your home ownership team. Meet with Axe Housing, HUD certified home buying and financial coaches. Attend sessions on how you can build and repair your credit. And honestly, my favorite part is that you can get pre-approved for a home loan right there on the spot. Become another success story by taking your first steps toward home ownership right now by working with Axe Housing and BMO Harris Bank. So again, join me on Saturday, June 15th between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. at North Division High School in Milwaukee for Axe Housing's free home buying seminar in partnership with BMO Harris Bank. Register today by visiting axehousing.org. That's axehousing.org.
All insurance companies, they want to know where are your cars housed. Right. They want to know how far are you driving to get to and from work every day. They want to know all these different things for weather patterns. Are you living in northern Wisconsin or are you living down in Tornado Alley somewhere in Kentucky? These things make a difference as to how your insurance rates are formed. I need you to be factual, and every single time somebody commits these different frauds, it all adds up and everybody ends up paying the price for it down the road.
Erie Insurance, providing the protection you need and the service you expect, all at a great price.
This is Telly Hughes for Educators Credit Union, where I am a member. Do you dream of owning a home? Educators Credit Union is by your side with better rates, lower fees, and award-winning member services to help turn your dreams into reality. Join one of their free home buying webinars throughout this summer to learn about the benefits of buying a home, home ownership grants, loan options, and so much more. Visit their website at ecu.com to reserve your virtual seat. Educators Credit Union is an equal housing lender.
Come escape to Lake Lawn Resort. Enjoy stunning lakeside views, on-site golf, award-winning spa, and numerous dining options, including 1878 on the lake. Dive into the pools, explore water sports, or relax by the lakeside fire pits. Experience Lake Lawn Resort's newly renovated guest rooms, part of a multi-million-dollar upgrade for ultimate comfort and luxury. Whether it's a romantic getaway, family vacation, or corporate retreat, Lake Lawn Resort has it all. Book your stay at Lake Lawn Resort today and discover the perfect blend of adventure and relaxation.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, join us for our Beyond the Mic with Sherwin Hughes on Tuesday, June 25th at Scene 1 Restaurant and Lounge from 5 to 7. This sophisticated mixer will include delicious cocktails, great conversations, and unforgettable memories. Remember, from 5 to 6, the first hour, your first drink, is on our event-sponsored PWD computers until supplies last. Also, get there right at 5 so you don't miss your chance to win a one-night stay at the Chula Vista Resort in the Dells, a 4-pack of tickets to Summerfest, a 4-pack of tickets to see the Milwaukee Brewers, or a $25 gift card to Cousin Subs. We can't wait to see you for Beyond the Mic with Sherwin Hughes on Tuesday, June 25th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Scene 1 Restaurant and Lounge located at 5526 West North Avenue in Milwaukee.
And we want to let y'all know that the 1017 The Truth Street Team, sponsored by UW Credit Union, is coming to an event near you. Join us this Saturday as Carrie Noni and Benjamin will be riding clean in the Truth Truck as they participate in Racing's Juneteenth Parade. The parade starts at 10 a.m. and we cannot wait to see you there. You can also catch The Truth and Sherwin Hughes at the Act On Home Ownership Home Buying Seminar presented by Axe Housing. This will take place at North Division High School from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So start your journey towards home ownership while also winning some Truth swag. The 1017 The Truth Street Team is sponsored by UW Credit Union. They are here for you. We've been talking about the USA women's basketball team. The roster was just announced. A lot of people were like, well, how come Caitlin Clark didn't make it? And basically, the USA Basketball Organization said, we ain't the WNBA.
Right.
We're not worried about popularity and making all this money from sponsorships and ads. We worried about one thing and one thing only, and that is bringing back the gold medal.
And here's the other thing about that, too, DT. It would have been rough for her when it's time for camp, when they go and they're preparing for the games. You think they've been like pretty tough on her during the WNBA season. They would have, she would have been like, look, do I have to go to practice? Because they would have beat her up.
Hey, but here's maybe the best part of this whole thing. Can you imagine they had Caitlin Clark on the team, they got all the pub, all the hype they wanted to, right? And then they bring back the silver.
And they left off somebody that was better than her.
But, I mean, can you imagine the smoke they would get for not bringing back the gold? But we got all the hype, though. We had Caitlin on the team.
And the USA, and that's exactly.
They're going to get crushed.
The USA basketball team said that's the noise that we have to remove. And again, what baffles me is that you have brothers like Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith questioning the USA basketball's decision in terms of why would you not have the most popular person in women's basketball playing for the Olympic team? And to Telly's earlier point, y'all talking about dollar signs. Y'all talking about ratings. Right. This is not that organization. They are picking a roster.
This is the country's team.
This is the country's team.
Not
and I honestly don't even believe that they believe those arguments. I feel like they're just arguing just to argue, just for TV.
Well, I'll say it again.
Like.
Thank you, Shannon and Stephen A. Smith, for drinking the Kool-Aid. Where again, a lot of large media outlets, they're like, we don't have to talk bad about black folks because they talk about each other bad, or don't support each other, or don't endorse each other. Because as much time and energy that you spent on talking about why you didn't understand how Caitlin Clark couldn't make the roster, you could have been talking about the existing roster with all these rock stars like Telly and Tony just did. Yeah. I didn't know that story.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
man, all those girls got great stories. Like Kelsey, yes, ladies. Kelsey Plum is another one that she was so unbelievable when she was in college, and when she got to the WNBA, same thing. Like, I think she was a number one pick when she got picked. So that roster is filled with number one picks and people,
national champions,
women that won multiple national championships, and you have legends like Diana Taurasi, and so come on, like, you're not going to leave off or take away the remaining years they have to compete in the games just so you could get this wave in. It's almost like Jeremy Lin when Jeremy Lin came. It was Linsanity and all this.
That lasted a couple months.
And it lasted a couple months. So again, you pick the best ones that are going to represent the country and bring the gold back.
But part of it is having experience, though. That's of value in these tournaments. You got to have experience. I remember when I went from the NBA to playing overseas. It's a different ball game. It's not even close to the
same. I heard they beat you up.
Well, no, I mean they allow different things. It's just played different. It's a different game. Just like going from college to the NBA, it's a different game. NBA overseas, it's a different game. They just play different. And it's very hard to explain because people, it's just basketball. Well, it is, but it really ain't. It's a slightly different.
And I think, Telly, you had alluded to this earlier, which is what is a. And who was I talking to this about? Oh yeah, my girl Queen Liz Brown, who's often on Tori Lowe's show. She and I were talking about the conversation, Telly, I've had a number of times. We've become a society where it's not about talent. It's about the number of likes. Mm-hmm. And
correct.
I don't know if it was you or Telly, but one of you, and I thought this was such a great point. A lot of the people that are, where's Caitlin? And, oh my God, I love the WNBA, have no clue about the sport.
No
clue.
That's
yeah. Tony, you said that.
Yeah, and you know what's even fun? I had a text from my cousin earlier. He was like, he knows I play a lot because I just told him, hey, I'm about to go golf for my birthday, and he was like, man, you golf all the time. You ever thought about going pro? Dude, I almost fell out. Like, this dude is that clueless. I was like, bro, that's like you saying you should go try for the NBA right now. Go ahead. That's how far away I am from the pro.
So how does it make you feel? And this is also for you, Truth Nation. How does it make you feel when, people are saying Caitlin Clark has brought so much attention to the sport of basketball, to the WNBA, knowing that a lot of these people are just excited that, finally there's a white person that's taking over the phenomenon of basketball versus actually knowing and appreciating the game.
But see, that's what we just talked about, not having knowledge.
Yeah.
Like Telly and I just said, there's plenty of white women that are killing in hoops. Plenty of them. I mean, you can go down the line. You talk about Taurasi when she came out. Breanna Stewart now is a monster.
Yes.
Elena Della Don, when she was hooping before she got hurt, monster. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, it's not.
So why
she's not
Caitlin?
the first. The thing with Caitlin was she got all that attention in college because she was breaking that scoring record. That's the only reason that she became known to people outside the basketball circles, because it was okay. Oh, this record. I was telling somebody else, because scoring in basketball is just like home runs in baseball. It is the big thing. Like, you don't have to do anything else. But if you're approaching a home run record, you're getting a ton of attention.
Well, that's what wins games. Yeah,
right.
in baseball.
I mean, because that's the thing. You're approaching that record. That is the sacred record. Home runs. Football. How many touchdown passes? Right. It's quarterback driven. Like, a quarterback's going to get all the shine. Like, if you're doing something like that as a quarterback, you're getting all the recognition. So scoring in basketball is that phenomenon. People are excited about it.
Y'all are better than me, because I remember a lot of people ask me, Denise, how did you become a Bears fan? You're from Indiana. You've lived in Milwaukee for 20 plus years. Why are you a Bears fan? Great question. Let me tell you why. Because I'm a daddy's girl. And, I always wanted to spend time with my dad, and I wanted to be like my dad. Not in the sense of him being a man, but just, he and I had that relationship where he was just cool. He was cool Papa T. Everybody loved Papa T. And so my dad watched football every Sunday. This was back when there were 2 days of football, Sunday and Monday. There wasn't like Thursday, Saturday. And so on Sundays, my dad would sit in his chair, the same chair he has now, that famous leather reclining chair, and he would watch football, and he would always get excited when the Bears played, although he is a Colts fan. And I remember I would, say, Daddy, can I watch the game with you? And he'd say this: You can watch the game with me, but that's exactly what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to sit here and watch the game. Ain't going to be none of that getting up and down out of the chair and asking a bunch of questions and talking about you bored. This is serious for Daddy. So I learned the game. I watched it. And I bring that story up because y'all better than me. I can't watch Caitlin Clark with somebody who doesn't know and appreciate the sport of basketball. Like, why are you here? Oh, I'm here to watch Caitlin Clark. Okay, what position does she play? How many? Like, give me some stats.
Right tackle. Like, what? Get somewhere.
What's a rebound? What's an and one? Why did she get called on that foul? I don't know. I'm just here to see Caitlin. You're fired. Get out. See, so I don't want us to continue supporting these people that have no clue about basketball, but love Caitlin Clark.
That's half of the current audience, right?
And that's what I'm saying. That ain't. I can't do it. All right, y'all. We got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get into this topic of why are black married couples the highest rate of divorce in the country right now? Why is that? We've also got a live YouTube poll coming up. So either you want to call in 833-212-1017, text, or even go to our YouTube channel, The Truth, and place your vote on the reasons why you think black married couples are not staying married. This is the best morning show on planet Earth. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly, guest co-host Tony Smith. Second hour coming up next.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, we'll be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 Black businesses. To sign up for your business's chance to win $6,000 of commercial campaign marketing on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
We are excited to be back celebrating the 53rd annual Juneteenth celebration in Milwaukee. Make sure you join us Wednesday, June 19th as we broadcast live from the Juneteenth celebration from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop by our table to play games, win Truth swag, and say what's up to your favorite Truth teammates. The 1017 The Truth celebration of Juneteenth is presented by our founding partners, American Family Insurance, Gruber Law Offices, Associated Bank, and is sponsored by Tayback Law, Molson Coors, and Educators Credit Union.
Truth Nation, it is Denise Thomas.
And Telly Hughes.
From Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. And guess what?
What is that, DT?
Our Truth fans can now watch and stream us live every day, Telly.
Wait a minute, Denise. Let me make sure I got this thing right. Our amazing and incredible Truth fans can go to 1017thetruth.com, click the Watch Live link, and watch me and you do our thing live from YouTube and Twitter every morning?
Yes, Telly, that is exactly right. So now they can watch you almost lose your black card every Friday during our Truth Telling Hits segment.
Come on now. You know I'm never losing my black card. But Truth Nation, you gotta tune into all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows, as you can not only listen live on the app, but you can also stream us live all day, every day by going to 1017thetruth.com and clicking the Watch Live link.
Over the past 20 years, Wisconsin has seen a huge increase in reported elder abuse cases. Elder abuse is the verbal, physical, emotional, sexual, or financial abuse of a senior citizen. It can also be the intentional or unintentional neglect of an older person. Wisconsin's population of seniors 65 and older is projected to grow significantly in the coming decades. That's why we all share the responsibility to help protect our seniors by recognizing and reporting any signs of elder abuse. If you believe that elder abuse has been inflicted upon yourself or someone you know, please report it. Call the Wisconsin Elder Abuse Hotline toll-free at 1-833-586-0107 or visit reportelderabusewI.org. Respect our elders. Report abuse. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Justice.
This project is supported by the Administration for Community Living, ACL, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, as part of a financial assistance award totaling $120,000 with 100% funding by ACL HHS. The contents are those of the authors and do not necessarily represent the official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL HHS or the U.S. government.
All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Drop top Porsche, rollie on my wrist, diamonds up and down my chain. Cardi B straight stunning, can't tell me nothing. Bossed up and I changed the game. It's my big bronze boogie, got all them girls shook.
What's up, y'all? Good morning, good morning. You are listening to the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. We got our guest co-host in the building, Tony Smith. And on the ones and twos, we got DJ Ricky, our producer. Let's get into it, y'all. Now, according to divorce.com, did you know there was a website called divorce.com?
I did not.
I'm not sure the purpose of that, but okay.
Right.
Divorce.com.
I don't think you need to go online to figure out if you want to be divorced or married. But hey, to each his own.
Look, they've got a lot of action on their website. So according to a recent study or recent report from divorce.com, it shows that, come on now.
No, I'm saying that's a funny website, divorce.com.
Black couples have the highest divorce rates in America. As of this year, 30.8% of black marriages resulted in divorce. Second were the Latino community at 18.5% and whites at 15.1%. Now, over 70% of the divorces were initiated and filed by women. Now, what's interesting is that in this report, they highlight the following. Black adults have the highest divorce rate and the lowest marriage rate. However, according to research, Black people also marry at later ages, 32 years old for men and 31 years old for women. Black women are the only group among other races with a number of divorces higher than the marriage rate. In 2018, there were 31 divorces among the Black population in terms of 17.3 marriages per 1,000 people. Black adults also make up the largest share of the never married group. Don't I know? Notably, 79% of 25 to 29-year-old Black women and 18% of 55-year-old Black women were never married as of 2016. Again, this is according to divorce.com, Gordic, and Shutterstock.com. Those are the sources of these reports. Why do you think so many marriages end up...
You can lead in all the categories, though.
Why do you think?
You can lead in everything.
Why are so many marriages in the Black community ending up in divorce? We also have a live YouTube poll right now. Is it always a money issue? Is it just that we ain't loyal? Like Lil Wayne said, there's no, or Lil Wayne and Chris Brown, there's no loyalty anymore in relationships, marriage relationships, or we simply lack family values. What do y'all think? What's the cause here?
I very much have very little skin in this game. I mean, thankfully, and but I can say, I think one of the advantages that I have had with my marriage is the fact that we did start so young and we were able to grow together. What I am seeing now, and if I had to be on the market, I think it'd be tough because there are so many things that women want you to come to the table with as a guy, and it should be expected. If you are in your 30s and 40s, and you should have a career and be established and things like that at that particular time. But some of the prerequisites, I don't know if I would be able to live up to if I was single today. But I think that's one of the biggest things. I think we're expecting too much out of the other person. And I think that if you can get together and grow together, that's the process in the long game that you want to try to stay focused on. But that's just my opinion.
I was reading this thing on Forbes, and it's just talking about kind of what Telly was talking about. And actually, my dad said something similar to what Telly. My dad was married for a long time to his wife, but they started young. And he was like, yeah, we were discussing it one time. He says, yeah, we started young. We were able to grow together. Like, you're not going to be the same at 20 years old as you were at 40. But he said they were able to grow together. But this Forbes report said 72% of couples who were interviewed after divorce said that they didn't fully understand the realities and the stages of marriage, like going through that, and realizing that someone's going to change. Like, you're not going to be the same over the span of 15 years. There's going to be some changes. Are you willing to put up with those changes? Are you understanding that there are going to change, like the stages, like the honeymoon phase? It's the honeymoon phase. You better believe it. It ain't going to be that way the entire marriage, and expecting that is going to be a problem for you. So,
well, on our Truth Talking text line, Dan says, I blame the current state of the economy for the rate of divorce in the Black community, especially when it comes to receiving assistance or benefits. A lot of women and men cannot receive them married, too. Also, they may just be realizing they are better off on their own. So we are talking about a recent study shows that Black married couples have the highest divorce rates in America. And Black married couples are leading at 30.8%. Second, Latinos at 18.5%. And it appears that, according to this study, white people are only getting divorced at a 15.1% rate. And so we're asking, what do you think the reasons are that black married couples are not staying together? Is it a money issue, which is what Dan had referenced? Do we just not have loyalty anymore? Is it due to infidelity? Is it due
all of those?
And do we lack family values? Because I know a lot of people, they talk about, the generations that came before us. Even though they were maybe miserable, they would stay married because of their core values and guiding principles that you don't get divorced. It's not an option. Yeah. Whereas now, in this country, not only are black married couples leading the divorce rate, but according to this report, black women are the majority that are filing for divorce.
And I saw. I think it was a reel I saw. That was a lawyer. She was talking about something, and she said something that was pretty interesting. She said for the man gets with the woman, right? They get married, and men, we always hope that the woman that we met is the same woman, that she's going to stay that same woman, right? When we meet her, that's who we liked. That's who we wanted to stay that way. But we know, like we said, people change, right? You get married, you start having kids, you start having a lot of responsibilities, change a little bit. But in essence, guys want their wife to stay the same as when they met her. On the other hand, women getting married to a guy, they're wanting him to change. They're like, oh, he's this right now, but he's going to get better at that. He's going to get better at that. So you're marrying with the expectation that he's going to change. Men are marrying with the expectation that she's going to stay the same.
Interesting.
Yeah.
On our Truth Talking text line, which is getting a lot of heat in response to why are black married couples the highest divorce rates as of this year in America. Shadio says the black woman has the power, but she is not using it to protect the black man. Understanding that here in America, a black man is almost powerless due to factors engineered by the society we live in. How can you protect and provide by who has more power and potential to succeed more than you? And you say, my name is Shadrach. Okay. Thank you, Shadrach. Melissa asks, what's the percentage of remarriage? That's a great question. Maybe we can find that out. What's the percentage of black people getting remarried after the divorce?
The second marriage divorce rates are much higher, 60%, and the third marriage, 72% divorce.
Really?
Yes.
Third time is not a charm.
Third time is definitely not a charm. 72% rate. That's a whole population.
See, for me, I've been married once, so I've been divorced for a long time. Here's my take on this.
You're part of the 43%. They got divorced.
What? And you say that to get what reaction out of me?
No, I'm just saying that's.
Yeah. For me, and divorce was, for me, the process was a pain. If I get married again, great. If I don't, I'm cool with that, because for me, marriage is like about family, building a legacy. So if I meet somebody and we both mutually decide that marriage is not for us, I'm cool with that. But for me, after the second marriage, if that doesn't work, marriage may not be for you. And it's not for everybody. It's not.
Yeah. Goes from 60% to 72%.
Yeah, it's okay. So when we come back, we want to continue to hear from you. Our Truth Talking text line is 833-212-1017. Why are so many black married couples in this country getting divorced? Because our community is leading right now in divorce rates at 30.1%. Is it due to money? Is it due to lack of loyalty? Or is it that black folks, we just lack family values now? We want to hear from you. What are your thoughts?
Wait, Denise, just quick other stat. You're a higher chance of divorce also if you shack up before you're married.
Oh, interesting. We'll talk about that too as well. You can go to our YouTube channel right now and place your vote, or you can call in 833-212-1017. We'll be back.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, our first Beyond the Mic Happy Hour Mixer Series was a hit. Round 2 is up next. Join me and my Truth teammates for my Beyond the Mic Happy Hour Mixer Series on Tuesday, June 25th from 5 until 7 p.m. at Scene 1 Restaurant and Lounge, located at 5526 West North Avenue in Milwaukee. There will be delicious cocktails, great conversation, and unforgettable memories. Plus, from 5 until 6 p.m., your first drinks are sponsored by PWD Computers. So mark your calendars for Tuesday, June 25th from 5 until 7 p.m. at Scene 1 Restaurant and Lounge.
Hi, I'm a volunteer for Donald Trump.
Yeah, what do you want?
Your vote! Come on, Trump's our guy. He says he's the best guy ever for Black America. Better than Barack Obama.
Better than Obama? Trump's the guy who told America Obama was born in Africa. Never respected him enough to even accept him as president. All his white supremacist friends loved that one.
Man, that is old news.
Old news? Here's what's not old news. Trump is telling us right now he wants to be a dictator. Says he'll rip up the Constitution. Says there'll be a bloodbath if he loses again like last time.
Yeah, I wish you hadn't heard that.
Trump calls all those white folks who attacked the Capitol on January 6th heroes and patriots. He wants to pardon them. What do you think he'd be saying if it had been black folks who attacked the Capitol?
I don't know.
Yes, he do. He'd call them criminals and thugs, say they should be in jail, and throw away the key.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man. I'm sticking with Biden.
Me too.
I'm Joe Biden, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Biden for president.
Are you tired of renting and giving money to a landlord? Come to the June 15th event at North Division High School from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. where you can speak to Axe Housing coaches about home ownership, listen to keynote speakers, and meet their banking partners. Get started by going to axehousing.org and clicking on virtual orientation. You can also register for the event there too. Visit axehousing.org today to register. That's axehousing.org.
The Brewers Sunday Fun Day Bundle is your new way to brunch this summer. Get tickets, food, beverages, and parking for up to 15 people, starting at $62. Get yours at brewers.com/funday.
At Gruber Law Offices, we've helped tens of thousands of families after a serious accident. Our priority has always been our clients. We're here for you whenever you may need us. One call, that's all.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is how we do it.
Truth Nation, tune into the award-winning 1017 The Truth's Community Spotlight today at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken. We will be speaking with Heidi Chada, the Vice President of Employment and Community Services at Center for Independence, about their transformational Concordia 27 project, which showcases the positive momentum, diversity, and investment in the near West Side. Again, that is the Community Spotlight with Center for Independence this Wednesday, today at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
We have been talking about, according to recent reports, including divorce.com, that black married couples have the highest divorce rate currently in America. As of right now, black married couples are leading the divorce rate at 30.1% in the United States of America. We've got a live poll on our YouTube channel. You can go to YouTube and subscribe to 101.7 The Truth so you will never, ever, ever miss an episode. And you can also stream and watch Telly, guest co-host Tony Smith, and I right now live in the American Family Insurance Studio, as well as place your vote. Why do you think, or why do you feel that so many marriages are ending in divorce in the black community? Is it a money issue? Is there just no more loyalty and respect in the relationship? Or do we simply, as black folks, just lack family values? Based on the most recent results of the vote, of the poll, 60% of you, Truth Nation, are saying we lack family values. 60%.
What does that mean?
That's a great question.
Family values. Everybody's values are different, right?
Well, I think it's saying that, I think what that's alluding to in terms of family values is that, okay, for example, it is known that white families raise their daughters to go to school, and when I say school, I mean college, to find a husband. that's a core family value. Like, part of our family value is creating a legacy of where you will get married to a man that is going to be successful, whether it's, you know, a lawyer, doctor, engineer, IT developer, or if you choose to date a brother, you better make sure he's going to the pros. Where black women, and I'm part of it because I was raised by a West Indian mother. My mother's from Guyana. And a lot of what I was raised was, number one, make sure you always got your own. In case he wake up in the morning, decide he don't want to be with you, go to college, get your degree, get yours. And that's oftentimes what has been embedded in the black woman's brain is get yours, get your education, get your money, And it's not even just our parents. Like, I've said this to Telly before. You got these celebrities like Beyonce, all the single ladies, independent woman, to the left,
Me, myself, and I.
and got a whole billionaire husband. And you got all these black women who, yes, Beyonce said, I don't need a man. You got all these black female rappers, entertainers who promote our community, black women, being single, being independent, being bosses.
And they ain't.
And then they go home to their billionaire husbands. And so that's family values. Also, a lot of family values in those other communities that don't have those higher rates, to me, it's because divorce is not an option. And it used to be that way in our community. Yeah. Now it's, you know, you got all this access through social media, through technology.
You can go to divorce.com.
They got a whole website about divorce.
They got a whole website dedicated.
It's widely accepted.
Let me go to this website and check it out.
Yeah, it wasn't like you said. It wasn't really something that people looked at doing. It was people were working at it. You were going to work at the marriage because it wasn't about.
I'm sorry, Tony. I just went to divorce.com, and as soon as the landing page, as soon as you go in, it says, "Where divorce is it more difficult than it needs to be." Thank you. There you go.
They're trying to make it easy for you.
It's got two buttons, Tony. You can click on one button that says "Begin a Divorce," and another button says "Why Divorce."
Why divorce? Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
And even on top of what you were saying, Tony, in terms of divorce not being an option, I think a lot of it had to do with your finances. As black people back then, I probably couldn't afford to get a divorce. Let's just try to work this thing out.
But I mean, you go way back now. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm getting married for love wasn't the thing. This is an arrangement. It's a financially sound, like Denise was talking about, like the white family would say, hey, daughter, you're going to find a guy in college who's going somewhere, who's doing something with his life, right? That's a good financial decision for you and your future family, right? So same thing. That's what marriages used to be about before. Remember, they were arranged before. Like,
yeah, white families
you're going to marry this
very much
farmer. Yeah. He's got a lot of land. His son's going to inherit it. Right.
Legacy.
Now it's more
bloodline.
About, ooh, I want to find my soulmate. I want to marry my best friend. Like,
that's why
these are difficult to achieve.
I never understood why Meghan Markle acts so shocked. She was like, Oprah, they asked how dark the baby was going to be. The royal family, the British monarchy, the bloodline, they have institutionalized their own family members who were born with special needs or a learning disability. So you think they're not going to be concerned about whether or not? I mean,
which is jacked up.
It's real, though, and you knew that going into the situation. That's like me saying, Telly, I don't know why my husband keeps calling me the N-word. I mean, so what? He's a grand dragon of the Ku Klux Klan. I thought he loved me. I'm just like, dude, are we really having this conversation?
And it's the country. It ain't really the royal family really ain't got no power. They're just a figurehead.
Okay,
right?
So now we're not going to go down that rabbit hole because
but I'm just
saying. Listeners, what Tony just said was the most ridiculously false statement. And before we go down that, you better recognize who you talking to, because I know the royal family inside and out. That was not a true statement. But anywho,
they got power? I didn't know.
Where's Prince Andrew?
What do you mean? Where is he?
Is he in jail?
I don't know.
Exactly. You don't know anything about
what?
He in jail? No. What were you going to say? You don't know anything about what?
Yeah, I don't know anything about.
Okay, so then we're not going to talk about
that.
Prince Andrew.
We won't discuss it now.
So anyway, divorce rates. They're the highest in our community. Family values. That seems to be the majority of why we feel like we're not lasting in marriages. What's one of the core family values that you think we're missing in our community?
See, that's why I say, I don't know. Families are different. Like some families, I remember when I went out to Tulsa to hang out with friends. I go to their house, they have dinner. Like they were sitting down for dinner. Like that's something that we didn't sit down for dinner. First of all, my mom was at work. She couldn't sit down for dinner. We were kind of latchkey. We'd have to come home from school, let ourselves in because she was working 2 jobs. So there was no family sit down for dinner. But I know a lot of families when I was in Tulsa, that's what they did. Like that is something I say, okay, this family time is important. So this is what we do. That to me is like a family value type of thing.
That's a good observation.
That's what I'm saying. But I think there's a bunch of different ones. I don't know if there's a standard one. Is there a standard family value?
Yeah, I think a lot of times, too, that we don't have a lot of role models or figureheads we can look to and say, okay, this is what we aspire to do. This is what we aspire to be. Because like I was telling you yesterday, like my crew, we didn't have any 2-parent households, so we don't even know how marriage looks. We don't know how it's supposed to go. We don't know how a successful one looks because a lot of us were raised by single parents. So I think a lot of times you don't know what you don't know. And I think that marriages and the thing that you talked about the stages, and I think it's so important to communicate those stages and because a lot of times I know when we ran into issues, it was because we didn't communicate. And you are going to change. You're not going to be the same person you were at 25 as you are at 35, as you are at 40, 45, so on and so on. And but if you don't communicate that, like, I'm changing, like, let's change together, then you're going to feel like you're the only one changing and you're going to grow apart or feel like you're growing apart. So I think those family values, whatever they may be, they're just not as valued anymore, I guess. I hate to use the same word, but it's not as important to you anymore. Like that family time isn't as important to you anymore as opposed to going to do whatever else you want to do. And so I think that may be one of the things that we say lack family values because, I mean, when's the last time, you had a good family reunion? When's the last time you had a good family barbecue? Like, it's not like it used to be.
No, it's not. And, I've had to learn the hard way that, and this is just based on my personal experience, most men, especially black men, they do not, based on everything that y'all experience, just once you leave your house, dealing with society and the perceptions of who you are as a man, the last thing you need is come home to your partner, i.e. wife or significant other, and they're also reminding you that you're less than or insignificant or, who's the breadwinner, who's bringing the most of the money. Like black men, y'all don't need to hear that. And so, I think I was saying this the other day. Here's the thing. This is what I'm cool with. I'd rather be single working on me than trying to check a box and have this image for society like, I'm not one of those black women that are single and don't have a man. I've got a husband and I'm miserable and he's miserable and we don't even like each other. I'd much rather do the work so that whoever I do attract, not chase, but whatever black man that, says, yes, DT, that's the one. She and I are going to be married. That it's all about just like the compatibility, the respect. And so black women, don't be out here thinking that I'm about to turn 40. Let me go out here and get this man who checks all these boxes. And that's another thing. If you have a narrative where does he check all the boxes, going to Telly and Tony's point, that's a recipe for disaster because those boxes that you're checking, they're probably going to change.
And on top of that, if you check all the boxes now, what are we working towards?
Exactly.
Like, if everything's all, like, we're not going to work and build nothing together. Like,
Hold that
what are
thought,
our goals?
Because that's a great thought. And again, Telly has been married for almost 20 years. They just celebrated their 19th anniversary. So hold that thought. Telly, we come back, we're going to hear more from you. Truth Nation, what are your thoughts? Why are so many black people Black married couples getting divorced, and we've got some calls coming in on the line. 833-212-1017. We will be back.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know whether it's a new home or a new car. You've worked hard to achieve your dreams, and we work hard to protect them so you can enjoy the utmost peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Saving energy and money is easier than you think. Here are 2 simple things you can do to reduce your energy use and lower your energy bill. Use thermal curtains to reduce each room's energy loss by up to 25%, and make sure vents aren't blocked by furniture or rugs to improve airflow and comfort. Simple, smart savings. Get more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Sherwin Hughes with his truth.
I think you're spoiled. You have too many choices. We sometimes forget that having choice is a luxury. I can remember when I was a little kid, I either ate what my mother cooked for dinner or I starved. I didn't have the luxury of choice. Now we can choose anything and everything. We can choose which apps we want to be a part of. We can go and pick a new mate. We can decide what food we want to order. We have an unlimited amount of choice. And I think that we forget that choice is a luxury. You are either a winner or you're a loser. You're either going up or you're going down. You're either free or a slave. You are either woke or you are asleep. Those are called binary choices. And it's tough for people to understand just having 2 choices in a world that inundates us with unlimited choice. I know you don't like the candidates that are on your ballot come November. Guess what? They probably don't like you either. But you only have a binary choice. You either want this country to excel and succeed and explore new industries and be honest and fair about racial inequity. You either believe in climate change or you don't. You believe in democracy or you don't. You want a country that will do whatever it can to help people, all people, regardless of gender identity, regardless of national origin, or you want to take the low road and vote for the person that only wants to help himself with no regard for anyone else. Choice is a luxury. Unfortunately, too many of us forget that it's a luxury. Binary choice is all you have in November. I hope you choose wisely.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Some good news on the broken down vehicle front. The broken down vehicle that was on the exit to Highway 18 off 94 West in Waukesha County, that has been cleared up and is out of the way. In fact, most broken down vehicles on the system have been taken care of. The lone exception is the one on the exit to 13th Street from 94 East, just west of the Marquette. It is still slow on 94 East from 84 through the stadium right now, though, as is 894 West from the Mitchell over to Forest Home through that construction zone. The other construction zone on 43 between about North Avenue and Capitol Drive, either direction, you'll be on the brakes there. In fact, heading south from about Silver Spring to Capitol, it's particularly slow right now. And checking the storm team forecast for today, warm, muggy, humid, and evening thunderstorms possible with a high around 85. Tonight's overnight low only down to around 70 degrees. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Adam Roberts on 1017 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Alex Tellez. The Milwaukee Brewers were shut out at home versus Toronto Blue Jays on Tuesday in a 3-0 loss. They are back in action this Wednesday afternoon as Tobias Myers is expected to take the mound versus Chris Bassett. First pitch is scheduled for 1:10, with coverage beginning over on WTMJ at 12:35. And finally, over in basketball, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks are at home in Dallas for Game 3 of the NBA Finals versus Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics. As Boston is currently up 2-0 in the series, Dallas is looking to avoid going down 0-3. Tip-off is scheduled for 7:30. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Caller, I see you. Just give me 2 seconds to pay this bill really quick. At Old National Bank, they know there's nothing small about keeping up a small business. That's why they've developed their empowerment loan program to help give people of color and women-owned businesses equal access to funds up to $5 million. This substantial commitment shows that Old National Bank truly believes that every small business deserves the opportunity to change their community in a big way. Learn more today by visiting oldnational.com/empowerment loan. Old National Bank, get old. All loans are subject to credit approval. Minimum loan amount, $25,000. Additional program qualifications or restrictions may apply. For full details, contact an Old National small business banker. We've been talking about black married couples in the U.S. According to divorce.com and shutterstock.com, black married couples are the highest divorce rate in this country, coming in at 30.81%. I thought it was higher than that, but apparently now it's 30.8% versus what I thought was like every...
That's high.
Yeah, so we got a caller. High. That's very high. Good morning, the caller. You've been patient. Thank you for waiting. You're live with DT, Telly, and Tony. What is your question or comment?
Well, it is a virtue and a value to be patient, and always worthwhile talking to you guys. Excellent topic. I actually have experience in what you're saying. How to maintain a family even through a divorce. This weekend, for example, my ex-wife and I did have a family reunion, and it didn't look like a traditional, what we say, the aunts and uncles and all, everybody. It was a smaller gathering, mostly children, 10 of whom were our grandkids, and we've been divorced for over a decade. So I say my thing that has worked for me, and that may work for other people, is to marry somebody who you're committed to remaining family with no matter what. And if you hold that commitment, then no matter what paperwork that you sign, you will be able to continue to instill the same. Because I know if you've been around 14 elementary school and down, and a couple teenagers for a weekend, we were instilling family values all weekend. We were at the Wisconsin Dells, here and there, because kids were being kids. So that's just something that has worked for me as a man who, has been divorced for over a decade and is still family with my former spouse.
Thank you, the caller. We appreciate you sharing that.
Continue the commitment no matter what is what will work, since we are in divorce at the rate we are.
Commitment. That's a powerful word, too.
Yes.
On the Truth Talker text line, Eddie says, DT, I know you're going to get mad at me for saying this. Marriage doesn't benefit a man anymore. We can do anything we asked from a wife we could do for ourselves. As you see, the birth rate is going down and in all races. And if a man gets divorced, he loses everything. By the way, this is Spike Lee. I'm not mad for how you feel. How you feel is how you feel.
He's going to get mad.
I'm like, why would I Eddie, I'm not mad. And how you feel is how you feel. But I will say this in terms of, because I know on our YouTube message board, someone had stated that so-called independent women are by themselves because of, a lot of us tend to, or a significant number of us tend to brag about being independent. Or, I don't need a man. be very aware of who's around when you say that. And also be aware of manifestation. Because power of the tongue. If you keep telling yourself, I don't need a man, and listen to all these rappers, and when you turn 50, 60, 70, and you look around and there's a lot of four-legged animals walking around.
Meow.
And parrots.
Cat lady.
Independent. Independent. You may. Now, here's the thing, and I want to be clear when I say this. Being in a significant romantic monogamous relationship does not require marriage. Marriage is not for everybody. So if you're someone who says, I don't want to be married, that's different from saying, I don't need a man. Right. But the last thing a black man who was treated day in and day out as less than, as subservient, as insignificant, or as, a criminal, a thug, a terrorist. The last thing they need to hear from a woman who looks like them, who looks like their mother, tell them, I don't need you. Because white women who date black men, oh my gosh, I've seen it firsthand. Baby, you are the best thing walking. I need you, I need you, I need you, I need. Look at Tony smiling.
You're the best thing walking.
There is nothing that I could do without you. And black women.
Is that your white girl voice? She's like, hey.
Do you want to go there, Tony?
I do not.
Do you want to continue being a guest co-host? Choose your words wisely. Ricky, I got this. I'm a grown woman. I don't need you in my ear. Do you want to go there?
I'm not going.
Okay, that's what I just wanted to make sure. So, again, black women, we got to be a little bit more aware of our narrative and how we're presenting ourselves. Because here's the thing, and I don't care if you're straight, gay, heterosexual, whatever the case is. Nobody wants to be in a relationship with somebody where they're not wanted or needed. I'm not in the business of being with a man who constantly tells me, I don't need you. You don't bring me any joy. You don't make me want to be a better person. Then we ain't got nothing to talk about. So how, ladies, do you think men feel when they hear that come from us? Especially black men. Now, for a lot of the brothers that specifically say, I only date blah, 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 or I only date white women, my opinion, that's a self-hatred issue. Now, if you say, I don't have a problem dating outside of my race, however, I do love my black women, that's different. But when you're like, man, bump these black women, that's why I don't date y'all, that is not a black woman issue. That is a self-hatred issue. And I hope you get the healing that you need. Because I could easily say, based on my experience, black men make me sick. Y'all get on my nerves, but I love y'all. And I'm not going to give up. All right. Are we going to take a break and then come back and do truth? Or are we going to go straight into it? Y'all ready for some truth or dare? Or not truth or dare, truth swiping.
Oh, yeah. Truth swiping, let's do it.
Brain fog ain't no joke, man. When you get to that age. All right, y'all. We're going to get into truth swiping. Our truth talking text line is 833-212-1017. Let us know if you are swiping right or left. We got guest co-host Tony Smith in the building. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right.
Welcome to Truth Swiping, the game where you swipe right if you agree with the pop culture headline, or swipe left if you give it a complete 2 thumbs down. DT, Telly, and DJ Ricky, tell us which way you swiping today.
All right, y'all. First, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas admits failing to report free trips from a GOP billionaire. That's right, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas has finally admitted through a disclosure after he previously argued he was not required to report such gifts. He has now amended that 2019 financial disclosure, stating that omission was inadvertent. Yeah, okay. And that
I accidentally told the truth.
Exactly. I forgot. Now, in conjunction with that, fellow Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson also disclosed receiving nearly $900,000 for her upcoming memoir and getting tickets to go see Beyonce. Tickets valued at nearly $4,000. This is highlighting broader concerns over judicial ethics and gift disclosures.
I'm swiping all the way left. That is one of the first things they tell you when you are a judge of any sort at any level. You can't take gifts from people, period. And
of any
you
kind,
at the
any
highest
value.
court, and you accept. I'm swiping left.
You're not buying me dinner. You ain't buying nothing. You got to know. I can't even believe that. What did he say? It was inadvertent?
Yeah. So
Basically,
he accidentally told the truth.
I accidentally omitted that. It was inadvertent, but I didn't tell you. And you're a judge of the highest court in this country.
Yeah.
Can we swipe left 3 times on one?
I was going to say. I need 2 more hands, so I'll give that 4 thumbs down or whatever.
So you swipe it left. All right. And you know what? $4,000 tickets to see Beyonce. Like you couldn't you would. Okay.
That's why I say it feels like a dinner. Okay, you may have forgot about it. $4,000. Come on, you know better than that.
And you go to see.
Come on now. All right. Come on. Look, let me get my Maya Angelou voice on. When you know better, you do. That was terrible.
Yeah,
all right.
Who knew better, and he didn't do better.
Exactly. Mike Tomlin, the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, has had his contract extended for 3 more years, ensuring his leadership through at least the 2027 season. Under his guidance, the Steelers have enjoyed 17 consecutive non-losing seasons, making him the longest tenured head coach in the NFL and maintaining the team's tradition of success with 7 AFC North titles and 2 Super Bowl appearances. What you say about our brother Mike Tomlin?
Oh, swiping right. I love Mike T. And we were talking about relationships. He also just recently celebrated 28 years being married to his wife as
Black
well.
wife.
Black wife.
Black
Absolutely.
wife.
Yeah, when he announced that he got the contract extension, he also, he
Did I mention his wife was black?
No, you didn't.
I'm a big fan of Omar Epps. So,
he does look like Omar Epps.
Just like him. But yeah, this is good. I mean, like you said, 17 years of having a winning record. I mean, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And Steelers are one of those franchises. They're one of those franchises who they got expectations of excellence. And Tomlin has some rough teams in there, some rough squads. And he still managed to come out with a winning record, which is incredible. So
Black coach, black wife.
Yeah, he's doing it. He's doing it right over there. And hey, he don't play either.
No,
I was gonna say I can tell he don't play.
He don't play.
It's only been 3 coaches in Pittsburgh Steelers history. Did you know that?
And he's one of them.
And he's the third.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that, Chicago Bears? 3 head coaches
in his existence.
We didn't have 3 every season. Oh my God, trigger. I'm sorry, y'all. Here we go. Young Thug's attorney, Brian Steele, was jailed for contempt of court during the RICO trial after confronting the judge about a conversation he had with prosecutors and a witness. The judge, Ural Glanville, ordered Steele's imprisonment for revealing privileged information and refusing to disclose how he obtained it. Despite the 20-day jail sentence, Steele requested to spend weekends with Young Thug to continue working on the case, which the judge granted.
I'm swiping right. Kudos to that judge. Kudos to that attorney who stood his ground. He was like, look, I'm not going to tell you, and you can't make me tell you how I found out. And for him to
He's like, did you not read my client's name? Young Thug. I'll snitch.
Do you think Young Thug is really loving his attorney now? It's like, man, you like me that much? You going to spend weekends with me? The next 10? And but that's a really good time for them to communicate and get their case together. So I think it's actually, I'm swiping right. I don't mind.
Young Thug, attorney Thug.
If that attorney is willing to go to jail on weekends
come on, somebody,
to be with his client, he's down with me.
Hey, I was gonna say he's down. He likes him.
I don't know if I would make the move, but hey, like you say, if you got that attorney that's riding for you, hey, more power to you. Congratulations.
That is loyalty right there. That is commitment. And he didn't snitch.
Yeah, I mean, get it done. I mean, I don't know the whole attorney-client privilege deal in there, but like I say, if he's willing to do it, hey, you got the right lawyer, bro.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, well, y'all both swiping right. Closing out.
You don't swipe on these? It's just us?
Yeah, I'm just I'm the driver. last one. Here we go. And I was shocked to see this, but this is progress, I think. As long as they don't do like South Carolina. What was that? South Carolina had a Juneteenth billboard with white people on it.
Oh, wow.
I hope this state does not repeat.
Walmart selling watermelon ice cream.
When I played for the Hornets, we practiced in South Carolina. The facility was in South Carolina. They had a KKK store in South Carolina.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
West
and this
Virginia.
was in the early '90s, right?
Yes.
Probably still open.
Mid-90s, yep.
West
mid-90s.
Virginia. West Virginia Governor Jim Justice proclaimed Juneteenth a state holiday, making June 19th a paid holiday for all public employees in the state of West Virginia. This aligns with the 2021 federal recognition of Juneteenth, which commemorates the emancipation of enslaved people in Texas. Juneteenth recognition has grown, especially after the deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, and figures like Opal Lee have been pivotal in its national acknowledgement. So again, West Virginia Governor Jim Justice has proclaimed Juneteenth a state holiday and making it a paid holiday for all of West Virginia's public employees.
I wonder what prompted this. I guess better late than never. I guess I'll swipe right. But how was it a federal holiday but wasn't a state holiday?
States make their own decisions.
Yeah, I know they make their own decisions, but if
West Virginia ain't overly black state anyway, is it?
West Virginia?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. That's what they call the coal mine state.
Yeah.
So
wait a minute, what's his name? What's the brother that played football?
Randy Moss.
That's the only brother that we know of from West Virginia. That's it.
They're just giving themselves the day off.
Yes.
Oh, let's just give ourselves a day off.
Shout out to Randy Moss. He will be in the Juneteenth parade. He will be the only person at the parade. Y'all, this is the best morning show on planet Earth. We got guest co-host Tony Smith. When we come back, we're going to wrap things up, giving you our truth of the matter. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we're going to get y'all started off on another consecutive segment of 9 live hours of Milwaukee Black Talk Radio. This is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's that time, Milwaukee. Summerfest is finally here. Come and enjoy the world's largest music festival this Thursday through Saturday this week. Many of music's top artists will be coming to Summerfest, and not only can you see great music performances, you can watch me do the Tory Lowe Show live from Summerfest from 1 to 4 on Thursday and Friday. Don't miss out on all the fun at Milwaukee's biggest summer party. Get your tickets now at summerfest.com.
It's 1017 The Truth, Sherwin Hughes, and you've heard me talk about the importance of home ownership and the generational wealth it can build. I understand the thought of going through the home buying process can be daunting, but my friends at Axe Housing have been helping people from Milwaukee turn their dreams of home ownership into reality for years. They have home buying coaches who will walk with you every step of the way, from getting your finances in order to getting pre-approved for a loan, searching for your home, and closing on it. They even have a great partnership with BMO Harris Bank, who offers the down payment assistance program where you can receive up to $16,000 toward home down payments. In addition, BMO has a community and home ownership advancement team who is passionate about serving the people of Milwaukee and have many resources for you to use, from their credit builder loan to their community home improvement loan. Let Axe Housing and BMO Harris Bank be your one-stop shop for home ownership. Come and start your home ownership journey Saturday, June 15th from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. at North Division High School for Axe Housing's free home buying seminar. Visit axehousing.org today to register.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Miller High Life, the champagne of beers, has called Milwaukee home since 1903. And Miller High Life is proud to sponsor the Milwaukee Juneteenth celebration. Miller High Life and Beer Capital Distributing.
Brewers 5 County Fridays are now Wisconsin First Fridays. All Wisconsin residents get half off Brewers tickets at the first Friday home game of each month. Check out the schedule and get yours at brewers.com/Wisconsin Fridays.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
All right, y'all, it's time for our Truth of the Matter. Me, Telly, and our guest co-host, Tony Smith. Tony, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for being here this morning.
Good to see y'all. Early, but good to see y'all.
Right? Are you doing some golf today?
No, I'm leaving for golf today. My birthday is Friday.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, thank you. I'm out of town. I'm on a 10-day golf trip.
10 days,
so I'm leaving today.
That's when you know you're a boss, boy.
That was going to be my truth of the matter. I was going to shout him out. Happy birthday, Tony. Early happy birthday.
Thank you, my brother.
Happy birthday, yes. And wishing you a wonderful birthday celebration for 10 days. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. That's your Truth of the Matter, Telly?
Yeah, just to add on to that, because he did give me a hard time on this trip. He was like, yeah, you can't. So, yeah, what a friend. You're not going to go on this golf trip
Telly
with me.
Abandoned me.
But it's my wife's birthday on Sunday, so go on a golf trip with Tony or celebrate my wife's birthday.
Are you trying to die?
I would like to think you would just see
he's got Father's
somewhat
Day
smarter
coming up.
than that.
He got a lot of stuff going on.
But yeah,
I get it.
But yeah, that's my truth of the matter. Happy birthday, brother.
And Miss Cheryl on the YouTube message board says, "Happy birthday, T. Smith. Love you. Have a blast."
Oh, yeah, it's my older sister.
Oh, that's sweet. Look at you getting all the love. Birthdays are special.
Today.
I love birthdays.
I appreciate it. 56. I'm officially over the hill. I do get some senior benefits though, which is good. So
well, you don't look 56.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So whatever you're doing, keep it up.
I'm gonna go. I'm eating right, people. That's the first thing. Eating right. Can't work out as hard because I'm too old, but I'm eating right. So.
My son and I went to Chick-fil-A last night, y'all. It was so hard, but I ordered a salad. It was hard.
You made the point, Denise, that it's most of it is what you eat.
Oh, that's
not necessarily
80%.
Working out, right?
Yeah, that's 80% diet.
That's the percent.
Like
20%
you can't
gym, 80% diet.
You can't eat a cheeseburger at Cobb's and then go to the gym and work out and be like, now what?
Well, they say
nothing changing.
Like you can go to the gym, you can have all those abs under there, but they can be covered by fat if you ain't eating right.
This is so true. So true. Now I'm about to go to the gym as well. My truth of the matter really quick is this. We make mistakes, and there could be somebody right now that has done something terrible to you and made you really, really mad, and you just feel like, man, bump this person. Consider grace, because at every point in our lives, or at some point in our lives, we're going to need somebody to give us some grace. So consider grace if you can today, Truth Nation. We love y'all. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of the day. Up next, Sherwin Hughes, followed by 6 more hours of live consecutive Milwaukee Black Talk Radio. We'll see and hear y'all tomorrow, Lord willing.
Peace out.